I mean, I've almost felt like I can talk to them directly.
Well, I mean, you do talk to them. Every Christmas you give a statement. It is Christmas Eve. What is your statement specifically this year?
You know, Tucker, I think it's just good enough to sip some eggnog and decorate the tree and listen to White Christmas and embrace all the things that make this such a special day. The truth is, I love nothing better on this day than to do a line of blow, drink a whiskey and Coke, hit a reindeer with my car, and wish you all the naughtiest Christmas ever.
Hey everyone, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and welcome back to another episode of What Was That? In what I think is the most bizarre interview of 2023, Tucker Carlson brought canceled Predator Kevin Spacey on a show. Well, not so much Kevin Spacey, but rather his character Frank Underwood from the show House of Cards.
This whole f***ing timeline is cursed.
People often say that Christmas is supposed to be a time for peace on earth and goodwill toward men. However, this Christmas was a little bonkers with two men that no one asked for, Kevin Spacey and Tucker Carlson. Now, some of you might not be aware, but in 2017, actor Anthony Rapp came forward with allegations of sexual predatory behavior against Kevin Spacey, recounting an incident that occurred when Rapp was only 14 years old. Spacey responded to Rapp with a muddled apology note claiming to not remember the incident while also coming out as gay, a deflection conflating being gay and pedophilia. And ever since Rapp went public, more than 30 men have come forward with allegations against Spacey, accusing him of various misconduct, ranging from non-sensual groping to the attempted rape of minors. Even House of Cards employees came forward with complaints of sexual harassment. So in 2017, Netflix fired Spacey and they killed off his character Frank Underwood from House of Cards. However, Spacey has been unable to let go of this character, so much so that he's made it a tradition to release unsettling and cryptic videos as Frank Underwood on Christmas Eve.
I think you've got some serious issues.
Here's a moment from his 2018 video titled, "Let Me Be Frank."
So we're not done, no matter what anyone says. And besides, I know what you want. You want me back. Of course, some believed everything and have just been waiting with bated breath to hear me confess it all. They're just dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I deserved.
So bizarre, in fact, that Spacey's estranged brother called him out.
This video was a rationalization to try to convince his fan base, to convince Netflix to bring him back. He thinks that he's going to make a comeback.
Do you think he shouldn't have done it?
Of course he shouldn't have done it, but it's Act 3 of A Desperate Man. He got dethroned overnight. It's over.
And here's a moment from his 2019 video titled, "Killing Them with Kindness."
The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
One day after releasing that video, Ari Ben, the author and former Norwegian royal who accused Spacey of groping him, died by suicide. Make of that what you will, but that is strange.
Isn't that strange?
Yes, it's very strange.
So this year, Spacey brought back everyone's least favorite holiday tradition, except this time, he attempted a meta-commentary about cancel culture, teased a 2024 presidential run, and called out legacy media. And he was interviewed by none other than a giddy Tucker Carlson, the man who somehow manages to look like he's simultaneously asking a question and smelling his own bullshit.
Is there anyone in this country of 350 million people who could jump in at this late date and re-scramble the calculus of electoral politics? Well, there may be someone, and in fact, you already know him. You know his face. And the question is, will he get in this cycle? And that's my question for you.
Well, that's really a decision for the people, Tucker. It's not something that I really think about or want to do. And Merry Christmas to you, too.
And Kevin Spacey is already breaking the fourth wall.
I think we could both agree that we need to get some adults back in the room. So if that means taking on the chief executive role, well, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for this great nation.
Adults in the room, I love it. I could see it as a bumper sticker. Is that your campaign slogan?
Well, that's not a bad idea. I mean, look, we got so many people running around with so many different issues like gun control, important issue. But let's be honest. The truth is, more people are killed by online trolls every day.
That may be true, actually.
Wow, online trolls killing more people than guns might be the craziest and dumbest comparison that I've ever heard. But Kevin Spacey's victimhood mentality makes sense when you remember that people online, or trolls as he calls them, went after him after his accusers came forward. Oh, and just so we're clear, so far in 2023, there have been over 650 mass shootings, which is an average of 1.78 mass shootings per day. Newsflash, that's not good. Republicans like Tucker Carlson in the House and Senate GOP will only send thoughts and prayers, especially when it comes to saving the children.
Please. Please, God, save her. Do something. Save her. Please save her. Please.
My thoughts and prayers are with you.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts.
Prayers.
Thoughts and prayers!
That chilling PSA came from Mothers for Democracy, a coalition of parents dedicated to protecting families, communities, and democracy in the U.S. So basically, the opposite of the GOP, because as you know, they will never lift a finger to actually fix a problem that they caused, especially when it comes to gun violence.
We need to get some adults back in the room.
Sounds like you're running. If you did run, I assume it would be as an independent.
Well, I've always been independent my whole life, no matter what my party affiliation, even though at the moment I don't quite recognize my old party.
So at what point would you get in if you did?
Well, I think there's time. I've never been afraid to show up a little late for the dance.
At this point, I don't even know if this is a poorly written sketch or just what Tucker's interviews are like these days.
But lots of people want to be president. What would you specifically bring that others aren't?
Well, I think I have a long and very solid relationship with the public, and that's a bond that has never been broken. I mean, I've almost felt like I can talk to them directly.
Well, I mean, you do talk to them. Every Christmas you give a statement. It is Christmas Eve. What is your statement specifically this year?
You know, Tucker, I think it's just good enough to sip some eggnog and decorate the tree and listen to White Christmas and embrace all the things that make this such a special day. The truth is, I love nothing better on this day than to do a line of blow, drink a whiskey and Coke, hit a reindeer with my car, and wish you all the naughtiest Christmas ever.
All right, this whole Frank Underwood thing is getting really out of hand, and Spacey just needs to snap out of it and catch a whiff of reality, or at least some freshly brewed coffee. And speaking of coffee, you can elevate your morning brew with today's sponsor, AeroPress. Coffee can be great, but we often settle for average coffee at home, at the office, or on the road. It takes too long to brew and doesn't come close to tasting like what the best baristas can make. With AeroPress, you can finally enjoy a cup of coffee that is super easy to make and completely unique in flavor. A little French press, a little espresso, and a little pour over, all in one uniquely delicious cup. AeroPress is like a French press, only better. It's the only press that uses a patented 3-in-1 brew technology, combining the best of several brew methods into one portable device for a completely unique and delicious flavor profile. Smooth, rich, and full-bodied without the bitterness and grit found in other presses. And as a bonus, AeroPress can brew thousands of recipes. AeroPress travels better than others too. It's compact and incredibly durable. That means you'll never have to endure terrible coffee at the hotel, on the job, or on an adventure again. It brews and cleans in less than 2 minutes. Just add medium-fine coffee grounds, pour in hot water, stir for 5 seconds, brew for 30 seconds, then press into your favorite mug and enjoy. There is a reason why AeroPress is the barista's favorite home brewing tool. AeroPress is the best reviewed coffee press on the planet with more than 55,000 5-star reviews. Thoughtful, proven, and under $50. AeroPress is the perfect gift or stocking stuffer for every coffee lover in your life this holiday season. Don't settle for less than the best. They'll love it. AeroPress is shockingly affordable, less than $50, and we've got an incredible offer for our audience. Visit aeropress.com/Gabe. That's AEROPRESS.com/Gabe to save up to 20%. That's aeropress.com/Gabe to save up to 20%. It's time to ditch the drive-thrus, toss the French press, and say yes to better mornings fueled by better coffee. AeroPress ships to the USA and over 60 countries around the world, and we thank AeroPress for sponsoring our show. Anyway, let's see where else this embarrassing and cringy conversation with a fictional character takes us.
So you and I have something in common, actually.
Oh, yes, we both got canned by our network.
True, but they actually tried to kill you.
Whether Tucker is referring to Netflix killing off Spacey's character Frank Underwood or something else, I don't know. That line alone caused many MAGA supporters on Twitter to go into a tailspin and push some wild conspiracies. One said Spacey was involved in very dark sex stuff with very elite people and knows way too much. They tried to get rid of him, but weren't completely able to. Another said Spacey died back in October, and this was actually Spacey 2.0. These people really need to go outside and touch grass.
Yes, but here we are, Tucker, bigger than ever.
Bigger than ever? Really?
Sure, Jan.
Kevin Spacey releases cringy messages on Christmas Eve to his YouTube channel with 125,000 subscribers. And Tucker is now left to interviewing right-wing conspiracy theorists on his little Twitter talk show.
By the way, do you watch Netflix anymore?
Probably as much as you watch Fox.
Fair.
And just when I forgot Tucker's creepy laugh.
I'm gay myself.
Anyway, I definitely did not miss that.
Netflix exists because of me. I put them on the map and they tried to put me in the ground.
When are you getting back to work, by the way?
Oh, I've been back at work from the moment we started talking, Tucker.
So does that mean this is like an episode, or is it real?
Well, it's probably a little of both. I mean, Tucker, what's true, what's false? What's life, what's art? What's real, what's performance? I love it when these things intersect because then it gets interesting.
I swear, the line between parody and reality in this interview is very thin. Kevin Spacey is incredibly desperate to get screen time, and Tucker Carlson is scraping the bottom of the barrel to get people to watch his webisodes.
What role do you see yourself playing going forward?
I will play whatever role the public wants me to play.
Sexual predator, washed-up actor, fictional politician who murdered people, you know, whatever the people want, really.
And what about you, Tucker? What role do you want to play? I mean, if I run, I'm going to need a vice president.
I'll sleep on it. People have already gotten out of the race. People have dropped out already. What do you think of those?
Well, you know, it's a little bit like jumping in the jacuzzi with a boner. You know it ain't gonna last forever.
Hearing Kevin Spacey talk about jumping in a jacuzzi with a boner isn't surprising when you remember that 1, he's been accused by multiple people of sexual assault, and 2, you also remember that Tucker Carlson did a mini documentary about men tanning their testicles.
So obviously half the viewers right now are like, what? That's testicle tanning? That's crazy.
You are a sad, strange little man.
We need someone in the White House who's not afraid, like me, not afraid to push our country or a journalist in the right direction if it comes to that.
Push a journalist? Wait, is Spacey talking about murdering a journalist like his character Frank Underwood did in House of Cards?
I want to believe you, Francis. No,
Look, I'm not sure if he's referring to influencing or murdering journalists, but based on Spacey's own shady past as well as his character from House of Cards, I'm not sure what to think.
I only showed up because I was told I would get to be on X. Not the drug, not the platform. I was curious as to what Tucker on X might be like.
Wait, hold on. Where have I heard this Tucker on Ecstasy joke before? Oh, that's right. It was me back in August when Tucker rebranded his show.
I have never tried that.
Well, you wouldn't be the first guy to tell me you'd never tried that before.
And that is how they ended it, by making a sexual joke about men telling Spacey that they haven't tried something before, and then Tucker laughing. I'm honestly under the impression that if Jeffrey Epstein was alive, Tucker Carlson would happily ask him to be a guest on his Twitter show. And who knows, they might even be friends. Just goes to show you that Republicans don't actually care about sexual assault, especially when it gets them clicks and dollars. So I don't know about you, but I think it's safe to say that the award for most uncomfortable interview of the year goes to Tucker Carlson for having the audacity to bring Kevin Spacey back into our living rooms. Bravo, Tucker. Bravo. Well, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to follow me at I Am Gabe Sanchez. If you like today's episode and want to support me as an independent creator, you can do so by joining my personal Patreon and pick your tier to unlock exclusive content and perks not available to the public. You can subscribe today at patreon.com/IamGabeSanchez. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been... What was that?